That was a real video of Starship's 13th test flight with the ultra gentle splashdown in the ocean, with Starship remaining intact after its delicate landing. The Starship program is progressing phenomenally well. No major setbacks, incremental progress with every flight, and now for the first time, an intact Starship is currently being towed back to the coast of Australia after remaining intact following that incredible splashdown. More footage on screen now, this time on board the ship itself. The same beautiful touchdown. This is an amazing moment, an incredible feat, and hints at just how close SpaceX is from nailing Starship's design, both booster and Starship, for rapid, reliable reusability. And as we know, once Starships are flying regularly, this will unlock a massive increase in Starlink user growth, more than 20 times as much bandwidth per launch compared to today, and also enable StarMind data centers in space. With SpaceX down a little bit since its IPO allocation price, and even more since its opening price on day one, the haters and trolls are out in full force, having progressed from the first stage of grief, denial, to the second, anger. Their pain and frustration turning into resentment, often directed in this case at others. All SpaceX investors, especially noticeable right now in the YouTube comments and in discussion on X. Eventually, they may find their way to the bargaining stage of grief. Oh, well, I mean, Starlink's got to be enormous, but it's not going to be that big. And obviously, AI compute on Earth is killing it, but orbital AI compute won't work. Oh, well, maybe it will, but it won't be that big. Eventually, they fall into a deep depression and maybe make it to the final stage when SpaceX is probably a decatrillion-dollar company, acceptance. Of course, the deep frustration, pain, anger experienced by the haters isn't really about the success of SpaceX, but instead the multi-decade, multi-domain success of the man leading the company, Elon Musk. His continued success, defying the odds, doing the impossible, typically a little late, but still getting it done, is just unbearable for an extremely low-status, unhappy, depressed loser. And so the best thing to do to cope with this is to begin with denial. He just bought every company he's involved with, or he didn't do the work, it's the people he pays. Plus, they'll go bankrupt anyway. Then they progress into the anger stage, and on and on and on. On that note, it's the lucky day for those currently experiencing the 5 stages of grief due to Musk's continued success across multiple domains and companies. Tesla stock also down meaningfully off recent and all-time highs. They are having an absolute field day. Meanwhile, much like SpaceX continuing to crush it, Tesla also making meaningful progress, especially when it comes to FSD and autonomy. Today, a bunch of extremely important updates, milestones, and new product releases from SpaceXAI, which we'll get to soon. But first, let's check back in with Tesla's progress on FSD and autonomy. And as we do, feel free, ladies and gentlemen, to scroll the comments on this very video. You are guaranteed to find some of these very unhappy, low-status basement dwellers right now, attacking you, attacking me, attacking Elon, trolling that the stock prices are down, mocking, ridiculing, lashing out in frustration, demonstrating quite clearly that they are currently experiencing a transition between the first and second stage of grief. Exhibit number 1, a real, tangible, meaningful update today from Tesla Europe, Middle East and Africa. In the last 4 months, FSD Supervised has been over 5.2 times safer than manual driving across 65 million kilometers in 5 European Union countries. This is a shocking gap between human drivers and FSD Supervised. We're not talking about a few percent, but many times. Double this and you're about an order of magnitude 10 times safer than human. There's a breakdown of some more stats here. 13.4 times less automatic emergency braking. 9.2 times less harsh acceleration. 7.1 times less harsh braking. 7.6 times less fewer hard swerves. The software getting safer, more seamless, more comfortable to use, and significantly safer than human. This is not North America. This is in Europe, an entirely different continent. Somehow, Tesla's software capable of driving very safely on the other side of the planet because they've solved general autonomy. This is a major milestone. This is real data. It's not just a launch, but we now see data. The European Union, which also, by the way, bodes very well for further expansion and rollout in other EU countries. As a reminder, in Q2, the most recent quarter, in North America, where FSD has been available for the longest time and is the most capable, the attach rate for FSD subscriptions for the quarter on new vehicles sold by Tesla in the US was over 54%. 5%. As I'm recording this, FSD Supervised is still not even available in most of the world. And now, as we start to see it rolling out in pockets of the European Union, just a handful of countries, this data confirms the capability of the software, significantly greater than human. And it's still early. If you have 3 or 4 brain cells to rub together, you can inevitably see if the trend in the US is already 55+% attach rate on new vehicles sold in the quarter, and that's before it's fully unsupervised and meaningfully more valuable, because you still do have to pay attention. Over time, as FSD continues to roll out in more European Union countries and elsewhere around the globe, more people will subscribe, and as it gets increasingly more capable, safer, convenient, more people will subscribe. The bottom line here is FSD revenue for Tesla is going to continue to increase meaningfully over time as FSD Supervised is approved and released in more countries around the world, and simultaneously as the FSD software itself gets more capable. No doubt the trolls and haters are currently ferociously tapping away on their keyboards, ready to explain why this doesn't really matter, because it's only a few countries in the European Union and it's only 65 million kilometers of data. It's only 4 months worth of data, so it doesn't really count. The 5.2x safer than manual driven, we can ignore that. Or maybe some who've progressed a little bit further will simply lash out and rage at how slow it's rolling out globally. If I'm lucky, some might even troll me for my previously overly optimistic, which is fair by the way, estimates for vehicle production unrelated to the subject of the video, or perhaps rollout of autonomy, which I was off by a little over 6 months and too optimistic on the speed. Anything but to accept that this is actually a very important milestone and bodes extremely well for the future of Tesla, and in particular its profitability as a company. FSD subscriptions are close to 100% profit. The software exists, the hardware is already on the vehicles. Someone subscribes, bam, you're printing money, $99 a month, boom. A short anecdote today, more incremental progress happening with Tesla's Robotaxi service, this time in Austin. Via X, quote, "Today was probably the best single day for Robotaxi availability in Austin. I know everyone gets hyped when we get 15 plus new cars added at once, but today we saw the results of that. I saw 27 unique plates, meaning 27 unique Robotaxis based on a unique license plate, and found 1 new unsupervised plate, increasing the total count to 55 unsupervised Robotaxis in Austin. The service did start about 1.5 to 2 hours later today, but there was availability throughout after that, even during rush hour. On average, I saw 15-minute wait times today. Some plates that I saw in the morning were giving rides till the evening. Probably the largest amount of Robotaxis running simultaneously ever. I saw 10 plus at some point during the day. A lot of dropping off passengers, so the service was being used by a lot of people." So this, again, is more incremental progress. It is an anecdote. We have some footage here posted of the 57th unsupervised Tesla Robotaxi license plate in Austin. Previously, this was a supervised, meaning Tesla employee sitting in the passenger seat vehicle. So now another unsupervised vehicle. Just to be clear, today's news wasn't that a bunch of Tesla Robotaxis have been pulled from the network. The service was suspended. No, that's not what we heard. We heard more incremental progress and apparently, anecdotally, some extremely high usage for the Robotaxi network with a lot of activity throughout the day. Before we get to the handful of meaningful updates from SpaceX today, it's not very fair and reasonable of me to pick on low-status, unhappy trolls without at least turning the tables on myself. So where am I in the 5 stages of grief? That would be acceptance. Robotaxi autonomy is happening slower than I expected. I have more than accepted this. On that note, based on the latest available information on the progress of Tesla autonomy and the speed at which FSD Supervised is rolling out globally, I have made meaningful adjustments to my Tesla valuation model, also extending it out to 20 years, which most of you will know is coming soon, along with a 20-year SpaceX valuation model. Pretty close now, not sure exactly when it drops, but the day it does, I'll let you guys know. I have more than accepted my inherent optimism bias and also done my best to counteract it. Whether or not I'll be successful, I don't know, probably not. But trolling aside, I actually have made meaningful adjustments based on currently available information, trying to correct for my optimism bias. So we'll see how we go. I'm sorry, what's that? Did somebody say perfect segue? Don't mind if I do. Just a quick heads up, my brand new 20-year Tesla valuation model and 20-year SpaceX valuation models are almost finished and will be launching very soon on Patreon. Once they drop, prices for all new memberships will rise significantly. You can join today to lock in current rates. For more detail and to sign up, head to patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem or just click the link below. P.S. Existing members who want to upgrade, do it now before the price hikes. All right, on to some of the big SpaceXAI news today, and there's plenty of it, so pay attention. Grok 4.5 build has just been integrated to the Grok app and the Grok website. And this is big for one simple reason. Prior to now, in order to use Grok build, which I've been doing for many, many weeks, putting in full-time hours and then some, as it's co-authoring my valuation model that I just plugged, by the way. Don't forget, join Patreon now to lock in current prices. Prior to now, you needed to have at least been nicked, if not completely one-shot by the TISM to even use Grok build. Open up a terminal, type in some code, some jargon, very intimidating for a typical normie. Problem solved. Check this out on screen now. When I pop open a new Grok window, we have the build mode fully integrated and being promoted. Why this matters so much, as I said, is prior to now, you dead ass needed to be Neo in the Matrix using a text-based interface, which for many people, unless they're typically a bit engineering minded, was an impenetrable wall. But now anybody can begin using Grok build through the graphical user interface, make websites, apps, all kinds of stuff. This is a big moment which will no doubt result in a huge uplift in Grok build usage. The biggest obstacle for non-developer nerds to use this has now been obliterated. And Grok build is, as I record this, the best bang for buck, the most cost-efficient intelligence available. It's fast as fuck. It's very capable and competent. And it's extremely efficient in terms of token usage. While we're at it for a fun demo, I'm going to ask Grok to see if it can find a post I believe I made on this. I mean, it might have just been said in a video, but I repeat myself so many times, sometimes I forget, did I post this as well or just say it 100 times in 100 videos? So let's find out. Let's see if Grok can actually find my post about this originally. Fun little live demo. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a result. The post that best matches the spirit of what you described is this one from June 22nd, 2026. Let's see what I said. Shit's gonna get crazy when you don't even need to be slightly autistic to use AI agents. Well, folks, just over 1 month later and can confirm shit's officially getting crazy. No TISM necessary to use Grok build. Obviously, SpaceXAI didn't do this because I said it needs to happen for mass adoption of Grok build. They did it because they also know that eliminating that massive obstacle, the extremely autistic user interface via terminal, text-based, Neo in the Matrix, would massively increase the number of people capable of, willing to, and actually using Grok build. Think about this. A child can now prompt Grok through the app or website to build a website, an app, a game. More from this post. Try build mode from grok.com or mobile. Build dashboards, productivity apps, games, or more. Apps use the full Grok build coding agent with sub-agents, browser use tools, and Grok Imagine generation tools. So they fully integrated the suite. And it gets better. Publish apps to their own grok.me domain or use any domain that you own. You can also export app source code to GitHub to keep working on your own. A bunch of examples here as well. We won't bother with those today. Point. The rate of progress, improvement, new features, new functions coming out of SpaceXAI is crazy. They're really serious about this AI opportunity. It's not a side quest. And if you thought we were done, I got news for you. Another update today, this time from Cursor, which in case you forgot is owned by SpaceXAI. Kimi K3 is now in Cursor. It scores close to the frontier on Cursor Bench. You know, the ironic thing is it's getting its ass fucking kicked by Grok 4.5. Also, within SpaceXAI, but this is choice for users. It's available on US-based inference thanks to our partners Fireworks Together and Base 10. Zero data retention is also supported. Great progress happening everywhere you look under the Elon Musk empire. Don't tell that to the haters and trolls though, who, let's be honest here, are just so frustrated they don't even have enough money to invest in anything in the first place that they'd rather troll people when a stock they've heard about is down a few percent rather than acknowledging the incredible progress of the companies underlying those stocks. Have a look at the comments, folks. How many trolls can you see currently in denial, or perhaps they've progressed to anger? I don't think anyone's yet reached bargaining, depression, or acceptance. And don't forget, Patreon prices are increasing when the new 20-year Tesla and SpaceX valuation models go live, but you can join now using the link below to lock in current prices, or just head to patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem. I look forward to seeing what the trolls have to say about the relentless plugging of the future valuation model too. I'm sure they'll be very happy to know there's people interested in hearing what I have to say and my best guess, my best estimates for the future of both Tesla and SpaceX over the next 20 years. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate the content and want to support the channel, check out the links below where you can get early access to daily videos, unlock hundreds of exclusive pieces of content, and plenty more. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.